Well, joining us now to discuss the Prime Minister's visit in Latin America is Ambassador Yosef Livne, who has served extensively in the region as a former ambassador to El Salvador, Belize, and Mexico. All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be here.
You're the right guy to have here right now.
Yeah,
so the Prime Minister will be visiting Argentina and Mexico. Now, why are these the two Latin American countries that he has decided to visit?
Well, I think, first of all, he's going to be in Colombia for a few hours as well, I think. The point is that both Argentina and Mexico are outstanding nations in the continent. They're not, by any stretch of the imagination, the only important ones. There's Brazil, there's Chile, there's Peru.
Right.
But Argentina and Mexico are certainly two of the most important countries.
Well, obviously, there was a spat with Brazil regarding the ambassador situation. Yeah. So that's not going to happen. But, you know, obviously there was some tension between Mexico and Israel at a certain point. But now, is that water under the bridge?
We'll have to wait and see. I assume that knowing the Mexicans the way I do, I don't think the Mexican government would have welcomed a visit if they considered the issue to be somewhat alive.
Right.
But I'm going back. Remember, Argentina is the first nation in Latin America where Israel opened an embassy. Way back.
It's important to keep in mind.
The biggest Jewish community in the continent is in Latin America. It's a very important.
Well, and the current president, Mauricio Macri,
is very pro-Israeli.
Exactly.
Yes, unlike his predecessor. So.
Which changes things on the ground, certainly. And this is the first visit that a sitting prime minister of Israel has made to the region. Why is that happening right now? I
think this is a question that many have asked that question for many years. Myself, when I was ambassador to Mexico, and many of my colleagues who were ambassadors to equally important nations, we always looked forward to a visit by a ranking official. So presidents have visited, foreign ministers have visited. Prime ministers, for some reason, never made it that far. Remember, going to Latin America is not something that you go, it's not hop, skip, and a jump. You have to plan ahead and you have to spend some time. And maybe prime ministers feel...
I mean, we're also, you know, not necessarily counting in a lot of the issues that the general public within Latin America have with Israel as a country. I mean, I was seeing just on social media a series of videos that people were putting up from Argentina regarding the visit of the Prime Minister. Not everybody within the Argentinian public, maybe the leader himself is in support of Israel, has the same sentiments towards the state of Israel. We're seeing growing anti-Semitism in Latin America. So I think this is kind of a very interesting time. Now, what can we expect from these visits when the Prime Minister finally arrives?
First of all, I think it sends a message, you are important to us.
Right.
It's a message to the Latin American countries. And remember, the anti-Israeli sentiments, you can find them in Europe, you can find them anywhere around the world, even in the US. So that's not an issue. The issue is, I think we're sending a message to Latin America. You are important. We have worked for so many years, and now the visit of a prime minister seals the message, as it were. You are important. We want to develop our ties with you. There are a million areas we can work together on for the benefits of both you and us.
Well, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens on the ground. Thank you so much for joining us, Ambassador Livne.